data, the access to the data, because then that gives the revenue authority access to information from tax cheats. You know, so you'd find somebody who's prepared financial statements and probably wants to doctor them, and that creates a challenge, because now if they have access to this, then it creates a challenge and probably resistance, and maybe that is one of the areas that we may see, and maybe we'll wait to hear what will happen in Parliament. That may be very contentious. The other thing I've seen that is very common is, and what they started implementing in 2014, is an electronic tax invoice management system. You've had it called eTIMS.
eTIMS.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a system which is being used, and it's opening up generally your transactions, your books. By the time you're raising an invoice, the revenue authority knows. Yeah. So for you to claim an expense, it must be an eTIMS invoice. So really creating an blockage both ends. So you cannot run away from revenue, and your customers will definitely insist on getting eTIMS invoices. So it pushes you to get eTIMS invoices. So it's like a closed cycle kind of business where now you must be able to comply fully. And probably the penalties that come along with non-compliance.
Perhaps let me rephrase.
Yes.
A lot of Kenyans are wondering, last time there were, in 2024, there were things in that bill that looked to affect people directly, which is why people went to the streets, because they could see how my 1,000 bob is not going to stretch as far as it used to. Mm-hmm. So is there such a situation this year where, you know, this 1,000 note proverbial is either going to stretch further or, you know, not as far this time?
Again, it's more administrative. So it may not, under this bill, we may not be able to see it. But what, in essence, probably eTIMS does is locks out small traders who cannot be able to raise those invoices. So probably used to supply mandazis to a company where they would buy for the entire business or all their stuff. You'd find that you're not able to raise that invoice. And in essence, you are shut off from that business.
All right.
So small traders will eventually be shut out of this and will remain operating with the small traders.
Okay.
All right. I'm seeing my audience is becoming very interested in this particular conversation. And some of the things that they're saying is that the taxation, you know, will be more streamlined. It's more administrative. These are things that are for the benefit of the people. Do you believe so? Let me start with you. Let's just take all the questions once, and then we'll engage our panel.